Want to see something cool? Somewhere between a drill and a screw is a device called a tap. It's like a drill with teeth on the leading edge. There's a lot of ways to helically harass the bore of a hogged out hole, but this is the second most common. If you want to see something even cooler, check out thread milling and learn how you can carve a 4-foot ID 20 TPI thread with a spinning 1/4-inch bit using helical interpolation. Part of the prep for powder coating the Tempest was plugging every hole with various bits of silicone.
That was my Tuesday night.
But we couldn't plug the inside of the horn mount holes because the plugs wouldn't clear without touching the other side and leaving an ugly spot. Touch-ups are a pain in the ass, and I didn't want to cut up a pile of their production plugs just for this one part. Since the front of the hole was plugged, I knew we'd have a clean section, and it's easy just to chase the threads later. Chasing the threads is simply tapping the hole again and following the existing thread pattern. There's already threads in there cut by hand years ago by someone with a clapped out tap and a shaky concept of perpendicular when they made this siren. Dude must have grown up on the side of a hill. I've seen straighter holes in Saugatuck. Now there's nothing wrong with the high mileage holes. Those come with the best owners and are way more fun to play with. But the back of these was clogged with a hard candy coating of paint, and I just can't get in deep enough to do the job. The bolts will go in part way, but not all the way. And that is a common problem lots of people have with old machines. Crufty threads that don't work right. The solution on this is to very gently, fingertip pressure, start a tap into the threads. You don't want to make a new set, just clean out the old ones. Don't just jam it in there and go to town. This is delicate. If you cross thread this, you're gonna have a bad day. Be gentle. Screw it in finger tight far as you can, then use a tap wrench, not an impact,
Ugga-dugga, motherfucker!
to finish it all the way out the other side. Blow it off. You don't want to carry that mess back into the threads, and then back it out as fast as you like, being careful at the end. You may be tempted to chuck this in a drill and think you can be slow enough, gentle enough to do it that way. Don't. That path leads to regret. You're gonna try it anyway, we both know it, but remember that I told you, dumbass. Hey, let's have some fun. Comment dumbass if you learned that lesson the hard way too. Tell the story of how it went wrong and what happened after. We're here to teach. If you drop this, it's even odds you're gonna have to buy a new one. Taps are incredibly hard, and that makes them brittle. Drop it on concrete and you can break pieces right off. So always use 2 hands at the start and finish so you don't drop it. Blow out your swarf and try your bolt. Slips in perfectly and you're done. I didn't use lube on this because it didn't really need it and I didn't want to contaminate the paint. But listen to your tap and don't play this little piggy with your taps. If it's going wee, wee, wee all the way home, then you need to get a bottle of Tap Magic. There's even cinnamon flavor for threading aluminum.
Tastes like regret.
Now you know the basics of thread chasing, and that's pretty cool.